Andrew Tate has been arrested. This new YouTube update is threatening many creators. SunnyV2 has been called out for misrepresenting things in his content. Logan Paul is responding to CoffeeZilla, and many more insane stories that you guys don't want to miss. Alright, what is up, ladies and gentlemen and non-binary pals? I'm doing yet another one of these multi-topic videos because you guys really seem to enjoy the last one. Anyway, we got quite a bit to talk about today. So as you guys probably know, recently CoffeeZilla has called out Logan Paul for his past NFT projects, and based on the evidence that CoffeeZilla has provided, it definitely seems like Logan Paul has scammed his fans. Anyway, Logan Paul would post this tweet, clearly mocking CoffeeZilla, and it seems like he's gonna be impersonating CoffeeZilla in his response. Now, Logan Paul has actually tried to reach out to CoffeeZilla on numerous occasions to try and get him to come on to Impulsive. However, CoffeeZilla doesn't want to do this on Logan's platform and would prefer to do it on his own channel. And a few hours ago, Logan Paul would post this. I sent this message to CoffeeZilla 5 days ago. I haven't heard back, so I'll be releasing a response to his scam allegations tomorrow on my YouTube channel. Hi Stefan, saw your tweet. Since this entire narrative has unfolded on your platform, I can't imagine you'd mind having this discussion with me on mine. Of course, we wouldn't monetize. This episode of Impulsive is scheduled for January 2nd in LA. We can consider a neutral location if we respond to this email by the weekend. Best, Logan. So yeah, it looks like Logan Paul is going to be releasing an official response tomorrow, and I'll probably make a video on that, so if you guys want to be kept up to date, be sure to tune in to the channel. Now, for our next story, Andrew Tate has been arrested. As you know, Andrew Tate is a very polarizing figure, and there have been many serious allegations against Andrew Tate. And recently, he would get into a Twitter spat with Greta Thunberg, and he would release a video responding to Greta Thunberg. However, it was because of this video that Romanian officials were able to figure out he was in Romania, and they were able to arrest him because of this. Now, Andrew Tate would release several strange statements saying that the Matrix had gotten to him or something. And it even seems like Elon Musk has kind of released a tweet like somewhat in defense of Andrew Tate. Anyway, I guess all we can do now is just wait and see how this entire thing plays out. I'm just saying, I for one would not be surprised if Andrew Tate is completely guilty. Now, speaking of Andrew Tate, everyone's favorite commentary YouTuber Brezzo is actually doing better than ever by stealing and re-uploading Andrew Tate clips. I mean, I guess this is better than milking Technoblade. However, just re-uploading somebody else's clips is not gonna end well for Brezzo, and he's probably gonna end up getting his channel banned, and if that does happen, I'm just gonna say completely deserved. Now, for our next story, YouTube has once again made yet another change that is putting many people's channels in danger. Now, YouTube kind of secretly implemented this change over the last few days, and the YouTuber Moist Critical made a video calling this out, but basically YouTube has changed it to where if you swear in the first 8 seconds of your video, you are now more likely to be demonetized. And it is because of this that many people's older videos are now being demonetized. Now, one of the more concerning aspects of this new rule change is that some violent video games are no longer allowed to have monetization, and so this has affected like many gaming channels that were able to upload this type of content before, but now they aren't able to. And I just gotta say, it's very disheartening to see YouTube make yet another change that impacts thousands of channels across YouTube without any warning. Now, I'm sure most of you guys know who SunnyV2 is. In my opinion, he probably makes some of the best commentary content on YouTube. He's mostly known for making like rise and fall videos on YouTubers and basically going in depth as to like what happened during certain dramas and in certain situations. He has very good editing, very good storytelling. However, recently the YouTuber Little Joel made several videos calling out SunnyV2, and he makes some very good points about how SunnyV2 just kind of frames things in an exaggerated manner and just kind of like assumes things about why people's careers have fallen off. And some of the people he's made videos on, honestly, their careers really haven't fallen off.
Extremely central thesis of SunnyV2's video is that the reason why Kwebbelkop lost so much of his viewership is because he bragged about his wealth. This is what SunnyV2 puts in the thumbnail of the video, the dangers of bragging about money, and it's one of the biggest pieces of advice Sunny gives to Kwebbelkop as to how to fix the the situation. And I guess I just feel like I have to ask the natural question here. Why? Why does SunnyV2 feel that Kwebbelkop bragging in a few of his videos about having a lot of money is why his channel is getting less views? What reason does he have to be making this claim? And in fact, I would argue that the data does not prove out this point, really. You know, there's a trend in Kwebbelkop's views. They've been declining for a pretty long time, and it's not like the month that he released these 3 videos changed everything for him, you know, ruined his career. It's kind of just been a slow decline. You know,
anyway, I say that this was definitely a great call out from Little Joel, and he's made several valid points against Sunny. I still do enjoy Sunny's content. However, these are the same complaints that Skeppy had against him, and it seems like he really hasn't changed much since then. Hopefully, going forward, SunnyV2 can take this criticism and better his content, because like I said, the guy truly makes some of the best stuff in the commentary community. Now, recently, Pokemane has been under fire for trying to get quote-unquote cyberbullying removed off of the internet, and saying that she would reach out to lawmakers to make this happen. And Diesel Patches would make this meme video, essentially just mocking Pokemane's statement. Now, I actually have a bit of an update to the Faze Clan situation. As you know, recently Faze Rain made a video calling out Faze Clan, claiming the people at the top don't really care about anything, and they have no idea how to run the company, and they are pretty much ruining Faze Clan. Well, recently Faze Blaze made a video kind of in the same boat, and it almost seems as if Faze Blaze is not really on Rain's side here. Now, he doesn't really mention Rain specifically or mention much of what Rain brought up. However, he does talk about Faze stock and how it's kind of down right now, but that he actually has hope for the future of Faze Clan and thinks that this is a good move to put Faze on the market.
If Faze Clan can survive as a company until that next big gaming boom is, and again, I have no idea what the state of Faze is, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying this because every gaming company across the board is having a little bit of a tough time right now. I know C9 just cut half their esports rosters, which can only happen because there's not enough funding going on, or maybe there's not enough potential in that world. But if Faze can survive until the next big gaming boom, and before every other gaming org like the 100 Thieves of the world, TSM, whatever, can get to market, which takes quite a bit of time because the SEC and whatnot have to look through all of your books and make sure that you're, you know, good to go to be traded on the New York Stock Exchange. So I think that by the time those other orgs get to market, there will have only been one team that all of these institutions can invest in on the stock market, and it's Faze.
Anyway, yeah, like I said, lots of crazy stories, lots of updates on previous stories. Most of these are developing stories that I'll probably make separate videos on in the future. But yeah, if you guys have other things that you want me to cover, be sure to let me know in the comments down below, or let me know on Twitter or Discord. Just reach out to me and tell me stuff that you would like to see me report on. Anyway, these are just my thoughts on this entire situation. If you guys have enjoyed, be sure to hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. Hey, you, the one watching this right now, click this video. I promise, it's amazing.